Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Logan with West Desert Wheeler. Today we're going to be taking a look at this Vanquish VS4-10 with a leaf spring kit and an RC four-wheel drive hard body. This is going to be a fun build breakdown. This is my twisted Fab Co VS4-10 truck that I put together with some awesome parts with brands like Locked Up RC, we've got Shrink RC, Vanquish Products, Reefs RC, and of course RC four-wheel drive, as well as my buddy Cameron, who painted this over at Desert RC. So kind of a combination of a bunch of awesome people who helped make this possible. So let's get into it and let's take a look at this thing. All right, so let's start with some basics like the body. This is an RC four-wheel drive Scottsdale body that you can get as a kit that you paint yourself. They also have some pre-painted options available. They're pretty cool because they've got a magnet mounted hood here, so it does go up and down. It's quite annoying on the trail when you're rock crawling because it likes to do that, and you constantly have to push it back into place. The magnet isn't quite strong enough there, so that's kind of one annoying part. The paint job was done by my buddy Cameron over at Desert RC. This is an awesome patina job. This is based or inspired by a real truck. He is on Instagram as Fool Size, and it's an awesome page to follow. He's been posting more of his Jeep content lately. I think the real truck is in need of a little bit of work from the last time I talked to the guy. But moving on, the bumpers are from RC four-wheel drive. These are metal bumpers. I think this metal bumper was for an Element Bushido, but it's really accurate to what's on the real truck. I also took the RC four-wheel drive worn winch, and it's essentially decorative in here. I had to trim something to get that stuff down in there, and I think I just super glued it to the bottom. And then what I did is I took a Reefs RC Smart 300 IS comp spec winch and ran the winch line. The winch is mounted up under the hood. I guess we should tip it over and show you guys. The winch is mounted up under the hood, and then the winch line goes under this radiator here from Vanquish Products that is included with the VS4-10 kits. And then I just ran it under the bottom side of the spool of that worn. So it looks like this winch line comes from this little winch, but in reality it's powered by Reef, so it's actually strong and it actually works and it actually has speed. So it is capable of pulling this whole truck up a hill, which is impressive because this thing weighs over 11 pounds. So let's spin around to the back. We'll take a look at the rear bumper on this guy. I don't remember specifically which one this is, but again, just kind of scale accurate to what the real truck would have. Just a metal plate bumper back here. Wasn't quite perfect, but it's pretty dang close considering that this was an existing option. We got some Locked Up RC metal D-rings here, got our bow tie on the back license plate, just kind of classic Chevy styling there. Other armor on here is provided by Falvey Design Works. So he made me some metal tube sliders here that actually bolt to the bottom side of the plastic slider. It goes into two existing holes in the Vanquish slider, but it's mounted from the bottom because the side here is already taken up by the body of that slider. So you couldn't add both of these at the same time without some modifications. So it's cool that these actually bolt into the bottom, and they're quite stout. Obviously you're getting the full support of this plastic slider in here. It's got a big flat metal piece here. These are a stout piece, and I've beat on them pretty good. You can see some scratches all along through there. They really do their job and help keep this body out of the rocks. It's got the little kick out at the back, pretty classic rock slider styling there. I think, yeah, that's pretty accurate to the real truck as well. I sent them some reference photos, so shout out to Falvey Design Works, and yeah, that turned out really awesome, so thanks, man. You might have noticed that the mirrors on this truck are really shiny and look a little bit weird compared to the rest of the truck. Well, what happened there is I took the bright chrome pieces from RC four-wheel drive and I just sprayed a matte clear over them. Unfortunately, on that smooth, shiny surface without scratching it up first, the matte clear just doesn't stick very well and it comes off pretty easy. So the mirrors are one of the first things that get into the rocks when I'm out there crawling. So these are the first things to lose their finish. At this point, it's got a pretty good amount of rash, which is fun. The bottom base here, the door handles, the grill corners, they're all kind of starting to show shiny again. Maybe one day I'll get out there, mask it up again, and then hit those with the matte clear again. But until that day, you know, it just looks like it's been out there and had a bit of a rough go out on the trails. The wheel and tire combo, we can talk about that here. These are Spec RC 1.9 comp cuts, and this is their 19-11 design. And essentially, this is a trail-ready beadlock look. And that's what the real truck has, so that's pretty cool. We went over to Locked Up RC for these awesome scale hubs here, and these are actually the wheel nuts. And then I've also got the tooling here. Let me see if I can grab it without moving my camera. Yeah. So they have these little adapters that will click into this guy. So I've got one for the front, and so these little notches here, it looks like a moose hoof, I'd say, and you can tighten that up, and it's got a 7mm nut on the backside. So you have to buy the hubs plus the tool to be able to tighten these, but I just think it really sets the look off. In the rear, it looks like we've got our axle shaft bolts sticking out there, so this looks like a real like full floater 14 bolt from a Chevy, which is super cool. And I love that. We got the Vanquish scale hardware out here. We got the locked up RC ring hardware, and again, spec RC comp cuts. So these are a positive offset. We also have to run quite a bit of a hub on there, but the spacing as far as how far the hubs stick out and all that really turned out pretty good. I think that Locked Up RC offers spacer kits to adjust that where you want, and they're just flat little washers essentially that sit behind there. So really cool. They do have options as far as if they're the actual wheel nut or just a cover, and these are the actual wheel nut versions. So I've been super happy with them. They haven't come loose on me, and essentially at this point I just try not to have to take the wheels and tires off if I can avoid it. Now, while the truck was off being painted over at Desert RC, I did do the interior work on this one myself. It's just got 3 or 4 different shades of tan, essentially. And again, I talked to the owner of the truck, tried to get a basic idea of what would be correct in here. It's not perfect, but you know, it kind of has some different color variations in there, so it stands out. RC 4-wheel drive also has some pretty cool sticker kits where you can make it look like the old school like brushed aluminum trim or the wood trim. I slapped the wood trim in this guy. I just thought it was kind of funny to go with that. So the interior looks pretty decent in there. The gauge cluster's all correct as far as I know. Of course, we got our stickers on the back window here. What we're gonna do now is pop the body off, and we're gonna take a look at the chassis and the leaf spring setup, how those all mount on there. But first, we need to pull this body off, and how this guy is mounted is just the simple 4 screws from RC 4-wheel drive's regular body mounts, and those go into those Shrink RC hard body mount adapters. Now, one thing that you'll want to be aware of, if you want to run a Scottsdale on a Vanquish VS4-10, the wheelbase on the body is significantly longer, and you will need to stretch the wheelbase. With the leaf spring kit, Shrink RC and Twisted Fab Co work together to make sure it worked together, so that the wheelbase from the leaf spring kit lines up with where the Shrink RC body mounts positions the body. So that's super cool that they were able to do that. It turned out super simple. Like, I didn't have to trim much at all. The tires are square in the wheel wells. I mean, you just buzz off a little bit of the back there, a little bit of the front here. The front fender requires just a little more cutting, and then I cut a good chunk of the front bumper off up here, or I should say the front fender off, to make it more in line with that front bumper. Some of my early videos, I hadn't chopped that yet, and you might have noticed that, but now I've flushed it up a little bit better. I tried not to just chop this thing up that much, but it does get full clearance here. Like, I really don't get much rubbing at all. There's a tiny bit right there, but that's something I can live with. That's not too bad. And even out on the trail, I really don't hear it with this setup. It's just too stout, I suppose. So we got most of our screws out. Let's finish this up. Now there's a lip on the body that tucks up under the front bumper, which is nice. It helps make everything look a little more flush and full. So what you have to do is lift the rear of the truck up and then wiggle it out. And we do have some lights plugged in, so we gotta unplug those. And unfortunately, this is just how it runs. So this is not dolled up by any means as far as wiring. We're gonna see the rat's nest that actually exists under this truck, but that's all right, because with the hard body, you get to hide that most of the time. So we'll set our body over here. I've thought about getting an extra Scottsdale body, one that I can go beat on and not care as much about that specific body, but and I just haven't done that yet. They're not inexpensive, so. Here is our Vanquish VS4-10. So one of the first things you might notice is the chopped up front inner fenders. These are from a Phoenix kit. We got our shock towers from Twisted Fab Co. When you get your Twisted Fab Co leaf kit, everything in that kit is metal. The shock towers are metal. The mounts for the chassis where the leaf springs go are metal. The leaf springs are handmade. Like, it's a super quality kit. The only thing that's really not metal in the leaf spring setup is on the axle leaf mounts. There's some 3D printed spacers, I think they came from Twisted actually, that hold the leaf pack together. So that's like the only thing that's not metal, and you probably want some amount of flex in that area, so that's probably why they went that direction. But took the Phoenix fenders, had to chop them just to get them to clear that body, but it gave me some amount of inner fender. Starting up at the front here, we had to do some custom fabrication for this bumper. Let's make sure it's in shot here. There's a little silver plate in there. My buddy Tyson helped me do this. Essentially, where the leaf spring kit holds the front spring hangers up here, it slides around the nose of the chassis. Well, that's how this bumper is supposed to mount, and we were unable to get it to stretch around the metal portion for the leaf springs. So what we did is we actually spaced it up because that's where it needed to be in position for the body anyway. And then we made an adapter that bolted it to the sides of the adapter, and then the adapter runs down, and then these screws hold it in place down here. So it's pretty stout. I mean, you're not going to get a lot of side-to-side shear motion anyway, and I've smacked this thing into some rocks pretty hard. So far, it's held up great. So thanks to Tyson on that. Let's see, we got our radiator up here. Again, you can get a better look at our winch setup, so you can see the winch line coming out of here, and then just under the bumper back here. I even took the winch line from the Warn and just kind of ran it into the chassis side. We've also just got literal just empty wiring sitting up here for the winch. I didn't want to chop that because maybe one day I'll turn it into a winch for something. We got our receiver. It's just a little guy back here for my Radiolink RC8X. We've got a Hobbywing Fusion SE in here. I didn't really want like a ton of torque, but I wanted a nice smooth low end control, and we'll just keep things simple with not having a spare ESC floating around. Power button sits up on front of the spur gear cover here, so when I flip up the hood, I can actually power this on. This is also a BEC powered servo, so I can put a battery in this truck and then turn it off and let it sit there for a couple hours. I usually don't like to let it sit for a long time. That will drain and kill your LiPo batteries. I don't recommend that. But if you're out there trailing around, you want to park it for a little bit while you go drive something more capable, then yeah, you can do that for a little while. I do have some adapters going on because this truck has a couple different styles of lights. So I've got a JST plug here that wraps around and plugs into the JST adapter off of this battery plug. Plus, I think I have another one that powers up another kind of light. So the lights in the body are just powered off like the standard black receiver plugs. And then I've got some rock lights that are powered off this JST, which are 3S direct power. This motor is limited to 3S, so you know the lights in the motor system works. I run 3S all the time, so that's pretty simple. Those are tucked up under the truck. There are these little strips here. They get really warm, but man, do they make some lights. This brand is no longer around, so you can't get those anymore. They were just some I had in a box. I don't run the fuel cell cover on the top of the back of this. I can't remember if there was a clearance issue or if I just took it off at one point and never returned it. That's more likely the case. Vanquish VFD, standard 6% overdrive. It's nothing special on this guy. This was a Vanquish Phoenix RTR, the green one with the yellow graphics on there. So outside of that, underneath the truck, we've got Vanquish H10 axles. We're going to talk about the leaf springs. Don't worry, it's the last thing I'm going to cover. Vanquish H10 axles here. We got the Trial big brass on here. This truck I wanted a forward bias on. I had to do as big a brass as we could because it's a heavy truck. And then we got the H10 in the rear as well, drag axle of course. And then we've got our leaf mounts that are from Leaf Merchant that work with the Twisted Fab leafs. I messaged him and said I had H10 axles that I wanted to put leaf springs on. He sent out the ones that I needed, so that's how that worked out. They are a 3D printed powder metal essentially, and I wish that there was a little more positive thread engagement on these. I'm a little scared to like really tighten them, but I'm just a little weary of 3D printed things in general. One thing I really want to change on this, I want to get an LCG battery tray and drop it just so I have more room for my battery packs, because when they're in here, it actually pushes up on the bottom side of the interior. You really wouldn't notice unless you knew the truck well, but like if you pay attention, the interior on this truck sits up just a little bit high, and that's because I run a battery pack right underneath the interior. So that's why it looks like it does. All right guys, that pretty well covers most of the truck. So you can see these 3D printed adapters here, and it even says right side and left side over here, and then it has an arrow pointing which side is forward. So these are from Shrink RC. Jesse over there has a ton of videos on YouTube as well, as his Instagram is super helpful and beneficial. So check out Shrink RC on all the social media platforms. He does a lot of cool hard body swaps, and he has tons of options for a bunch of bodies and a bunch of chassis in all the combinations. So if you want to run a hard body, Shrink RC is where it's at. All right, now we're going to get into the Twisted Fab leaf kit. So let's cover that. You got the metal spring hangers on the back, which I guess shackle hangers, shackle mount. I don't know what spring hanger and shackle mount, what difference in naming would be. One small thing I had to do on the plastic sliders, I had to clearance where these metal plates bolt them to the chassis. So there's a couple of screws here and then a metal plate that helps support the shackle right there. But it is essentially like, I don't know, a 1/16 of an inch thick. And so you have to go and take the slider off, Dremel it out. I just marked mine with a Sharpie where it was. Took a few times of just slowly taking away some material there. If you want to get aggressive with it, you certainly can. I just wanted to try and keep it as clean as possible so you wouldn't really notice. And that one took me, 20 or 30 minutes, a couple trips to the garage, whatever. But I think it turned out pretty decent for what it is. There are additional holes in these metal plates that I think Twisted Fab wants you to drill through the chassis and then like do a through bolt with a lock nut on the backside. I have not done that. So I've been driving this truck with just the factory position holes in this thing. I never drilled the chassis, not that I really cared. I was just curious what would happen if you did that. And so far, nothing has happened. It really doesn't matter. So if you want to, go for it. It's good peace of mind. I know that I'm not like taking this thing through King of Hammers, so it doesn't really scare me. The leaf springs, super long, tons of articulation. Also, the shocks are crazy long. So you get these guys, I think they're like 120 mils in the front or whatever, but like they really droop out and they really compress. So once you get them all twisted up, you really need some travel. So it's cool to see just how flexible these leaf springs are. They're also incredibly strong. And so I've had this thing in some wicked binds, and yeah, you'll see your rear axle wrap and whatnot, but they hold up, they go back to shape. Also, he says if you want to arch your springs a little bit, you literally just take it by hand. You can put a little bit of more bend into them. The fronts are starting to flatten out. Not that that changes their overall flex performance, but just it'll change your ride height. So if you want to lift your truck just that little bit extra, you can arch them out just a little bit more to your preference. And that's how it goes. But I've got the metal tabs on the rear and then up under here as well. Like I say, I never drilled any extra holes for the chassis. And what's really cool about the leaf spring trucks, there's no links under here. So you actually get a ton of belly clearance in this guy. Now it sits pretty tall, but I mean, I've got a full hand under here. And then like really the only thing you have is your drive shaft and then the back edge of these leaf springs with the shackles. That's really all you're gonna run into. And so with these leaf springs, they're big flat pieces of metal. They slide pretty good on the rocks. And overall, this thing really pulls off some lines that you just wouldn't expect. When doing this conversion though, you will want a 2-piece slip drive shaft. So something that allows the most slip possible, because this much articulation, you're really gonna get some slip on your drive shaft and it needs to be able to get longer and shorter. I would not recommend the 3-piece drive shaft. I tried that for a little bit and it flexed so much that the center piece would fall out with the current setup. So I just went with an incision metal one in the front. And Twisted Fab had sent out the 2-piece Injora metal drive shaft. These are available individually. These are actually pretty cool. Definitely hasn't exploded yet, so I'll give them credit where it's due. It seems to be a pretty decent product there. Of course, you don't have the links going into the pockets on the skid, so that's kind of funny looking as well. But overall, I really enjoy driving this thing. It's a super different driving experience. It's strong enough that I can go be an idiot with it and have some fun. It looks great. I love the look of the full-size truck. It's got tons of clearance on here. It articulates really well. It's super heavy, so it just doesn't drive like anything else that I own. And I'm surprised with how well these pit bull tires put down the traction. Of course, we've got SL3D squid inserts inside these tires, and these guys are the standard inserts. They're probably a little softer than they should be for an 11-pound truck, but credit where it's due, these inserts just get it done. If it wasn't good, I'd probably send them a message and try and get something different, but these things work so damn good that I'm happy with how it is. So there's your build breakdown on my VS4-10 with the Twisted Fab Co leaf kit with an RC four-wheel drive body on top of it. So thanks to all the companies involved. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed the build breakdown. Drop your comment down below what you think of this truck, what you would do different, and if you want this one. Unfortunately, she doesn't have a for sale sign in it yet. So I appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Keep the rubber side down.